Like and subscribe, and let's get straight to it. Plutocrats, the rich and powerful, have taught Caucasians to ignore class warfare, and they have replaced it with racism. Racism is the same thing as class warfare. We have to understand this. We also have to understand that capitalism is a noun, but the action of capitalism is the verb capitalize. And capitalization is a tool of class warfare. Racism was created as a shield for class warfare, which exists today. Now, let's examine what is a democracy. A democracy is the political orientation of those who favor government by the people or by their elected representatives. Another definition is a political system in which the supreme power lies in a body of citizens who can elect people to represent them in a democracy. Now, the United States is the latter because the people do not elect our officials, our representatives. In our democracy, the electoral college elects our representatives. The electoral college represents the people who elect our representatives. This is what Trump tried to prevent January the 6th, 2021. Now, let's look at the word republic. What does that mean? It is a political system in which the supreme power lies in a body of citizens who can elect people to represent them. This also is representative of a electoral college. Do you see where I'm going with this? Do you understand the difference? And the difference is this. If you look at the United States is not a government by the people, even though they say it's for the people. But it can only be for the people if the people decide who will be president. Then it will be for the people. But right now, it is the electoral college who supersedes the people in our democracy and in our republic. Some people argue that the United States is a democracy. Some argue that it is a republican. It is a republican. They are both the same thing. Whether you call the United States a democracy or a republic, they are both the same thing. Another thing that they have also in common is that we do not have a sovereign monarch. We do not have a sovereign monarch. That's the difference between the United States and kings and queens. But we do have a governing body who decides who will be president. Now we have to understand something. The United States has not changed since 1776, when the only people who could vote were male, rich, white landowners. They were, in essence, the electoral college. And nowadays, if you ask people who are the electoral college, nobody really knows. At least I don't. So now understand, there is a group of people outside of the body of citizens of America who elects our presidents. Whether you be Republican or a Democrat, they are the same thing in essence. But the key to all of this is that this is a capitalist society, which is based on capitalizing on people. And so who are the people who capitalize on people? They are obviously the people who represent the electoral college. You see, nothing's changed since 1776. The United States is a capitalist society based on capitalizing people. This is why the minimum wage has been kept down for so long. And it was kept down to hold not just black people down, it was to hold Caucasians down as well. Because the plutocrats are our ruling class. The plutocrats are our ruling class. They obviously own the Federal Reserve System, which is privately owned and is not a part of our government. It is a functioning part of class warfare. This government of the United States of America prints money, gives the money to the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Reserve loans the money back to the citizens of the United States of America. This is class warfare that we have been trying to fight in this country for decades. But it has been disguised with the use of the electoral college and the confusion that the electoral college causes. The United States is neither a democracy or a republic in the sense of the word that the majority rules, because the majority does not rule in the United States. The plutocrats rule in the United States, and they make the laws. And if you try to circumvent them, I don't care who you are, black or white, you will be deleted. Everything about America that you see today is the product of capitalization by the plutocracy. Racism is a form of class warfare in which Caucasians are put as a buffer between people of color and the ruling class. And they will only let Caucasian Americans rise so far. To them, you may as well be what they call in England commoners. So in the United States, they try to keep black people in a slave position, Caucasians or people of color in a slave position, and Caucasians, they try to keep them in the position of commoners. And they will only allow you to rise so far. That is America. That is what we see today. However, the problem is African Americans are Hebrew Israelites are superior to the white commoners, intellectually, physically, and spiritually. And they need that buffer zone of white commoners to hold us down because they are only 1% of the country. And the only way 1% can stay in power is to deceive the commoners into thinking that they can rise into their social class, and they cannot. Under no circumstances will they be permitted to cross that line. Now we're talking about billionaires and trillionaires. I'm going to end here by saying that capitalism is satanic and demonic, and it feeds greed. And the so-called plutocrats, they are nothing more than leeches and parasites. They are nothing more than leeches and parasites feeding off of the people. That's what the kings and queens did, and that's what the plutocrats are doing now. They're just leeches feeding off of people. Our tax dollars, they just take them. And they pay soldiers and police to protect them. And soldiers and police, they are such idiots for doing this because they don't realize that they are hurting themselves. And if they change their mind and decide not to be greedy and to expose the parasites and leeches, they will be deleted by others of their kind. So the only hope for humanity is in Africa. And Africa must not fall prey to the ideology of capitalism, because capitalism supports greed and creates leeches, and that's about it. People that feed off of other people. And it would not surprise me if plutocrats eat human beings. They eat human beings, take drugs, commit incest because they want to keep the money within them. And that could very well be the problem with American society and this emphasis on homosexuality, transvestites, and drugs. Like and subscribe. Talk to you later.